Hey, so we just arrived in Lisbon, Portugal, and we're going to be here for the next month. So I'm going to give you a quick kind of crib-style tour of our apartment, which I really like, and then I'll tell you the three things I'm going to be working on for the next month. So if you want to come inside. The main thing that I'm going to work on this month is a lot of videos. So behind me, one of the reasons I got this apartment is this really nice kind of bookshelf area. Which is great for like not only courses but also just kind of talking head videos where I'm explaining things. I do okay if I'm just talking about my screen, but if I want to do a recording, I'd really like to have a clean, simple background behind me, and we've been traveling so much, I haven't really had that for the last few months. So I'm going to try to do at least a video every month and hopefully 100 videos in a month. My YouTube channel is up to almost, I think, 800,000 views. I'd really like to get to 1 million this year, so I need to put out more content and get a little bit smarter with how I'm posting videos to YouTube. The second thing I'm going to work on, let me show you a little bit around. This is kind of the living room area. It's really big, it has really high ceilings, which is awesome. So we can hang out in here a lot. This is how big the space is. I'll show you, we have this main bedroom here, which looks like this, has kind of a weird kiss painting. A lot of storage back there, tons of like closet room. And then I have my own office back here as well. So this is like a little extra guest room, but it has a really nice desk set up. It's hard because my wife and I live together. Sometimes we only have like one room to share. So my desktop is like right by the bed. And then if I'm trying to work and she's sleeping, sometimes our schedule gets really messed up. So it's nice that I have kind of my own private room for work stuff. So I was going to say the second thing that I want to work on is my online course, Guerrilla Publishing. So I published my first online course last year, which was Reach Your Readers, and that did pretty well, but I was new at online kind of book marketing course stuff. This one's going to be better, and I'm really going to launch it harder because now I kind of have figured out how to do online courses. So I have some pretty big goals, which I'll tell you about later for this course launch, but I'm really excited about actually having it finished. I've been working on it for like a year while we've been traveling the world. So there's parts of it that were shot, in different continents, different countries, which is interesting, but also not great for continuity. I might try to record another course here where I could do all the videos in the same place with a nice background. That'll look a little bit nicer. So the first thing is the video. The second thing is the course, which I'm going to launch probably in the next couple of weeks. You're going to see, if you follow me on anywhere, you're going to see a lot of activity. I tend to only post like a couple times a month, and I'm not very active on social media or with my list, but because I'll be launching this course, I'll be putting out lots of videos. So even if you don't sign up or buy anything, if you follow me, you're going to be getting lots and lots of free content, free videos, challenges, which will help you to level up your publishing, your book marketing. Like I said, even if you don't buy anything, I'm pretty open with the material. So really the only thing the course is going to have, well, besides lots and lots of content and videos, is going to be some personal feedback from me and some bonuses that you can only get inside the course. And then finally, I'm going to be working on fiction. So one thing that I really need to get better at, my fiction is doing well and it earns pretty good money, but I need to publish faster. So I'm going to focus on learning how to do dictation. I've heard a lot of my friends talk about how they've tripled their word count with dictation. I had a friend who did 22,000 words in a day recently, which is crazy. And she does it like on her drive to work. She just dictates, and later you have to go through and edit and clean it up. But personally, my writing style is I'm really good at outlining and editing, but I'm not so good at getting the first draft down. So I'm really hoping dictation lets me get through the first draft really fast so I can focus on cleaning it up. I know it's going to take work and practice to get really good at it, but I see the potential for really great results. So I want to try to spend a week or two and really get into dictation. I'll be blogging about that and posting the studies of what I was testing and the different software that I was using and the microphone and kind of testing what's the best way to get it done and to make sure that it actually works. Because I do think for most authors, dictation can be a great way to get more, I was trying to get more lights, better lights, but anyway, dictation can be a great way to get more work done faster. And I'm really going to try, I want to be able to put out a book a month, which is 70,000 words a month. It's a few thousand words a day. That shouldn't be difficult, even if I was writing manually by keyboard. I can usually do 3,000 words a day in a couple hours. So like I say, a lot of the times there's this misperception that if you want to be a writer, you have to spend all your time marketing. I don't think that's true. I think you can spend, half hour marketing a day, maybe, and an hour or two of writing, and you can be a full-time writer with that amount of work, which means actually you have most of your day still. It frees up a lot of your time. I don't think even if you're starting a business, the first couple years are going to be rough. You're going to have to work really hard and hustle to kind of grow your platform. Same with writing or publishing. Writing is a new business. But once you build it up, it should take you less and less time to market. So it's not true that you have to be marketing all the time. And also, I know that some writers think they need to spend a year writing a book and that it's crazy impossible to write a book in a month. But it's really not. If you're writing full time and you know what you're doing and you're deliberate about what kind of books you're writing and how you're structuring and organizing those books, it's very possible to do a book in a month and even publish a book in a month. I do a lot of my own cover design, editing, and stuff like that. So if you have a big team and you need to finish a book and then send it off to someone else for editing, that'll slow you down. I'm not saying it's bad. I think it's great if you want to go that route and have a full-time editor helping you with stuff. But you can do it faster. There are pros and cons, but the advantage of putting out books faster, at least a book every couple months, is that you stay relevant, you get more visibility. It's easier to keep all of your books selling as long as you're putting out new content. I've noticed I made lots of money a few months ago, but since I haven't put out a new book in the last 3 months, my income's been dropping steadily every month. So I'm really excited about putting out some new books, some brand new books, so that I can do a real marketing launch and campaign and boost, which is going to bring in more income for all my other books as well. So I hope to get now is almost September, so I'm planning on getting 4 new full novels finished by the end of the year. So that's 4 books in 4 months. That's basically my goal. That's basically what I'll be working on most of the time. Hopefully dictation will help me with that process, but even if not, I think I'm capable of getting that many books done if I just put in the work and the writing. So that's what I'll be talking about. I've been talking mostly about book marketing, building author platform. I might start talking a little bit about how to write books that sell and plotting the right kind of fiction that resonates with readers, because that's hugely important. If you write fiction, you have to write books that are entertaining and satisfy readers. That's something I know quite a bit about after getting my PhD in literature, but also just studying the market, learning how to write books that sell, learning how to plot. It's fascinating. I love talking about this stuff. There are probably people, I think, I want to say there are people who are better at it than I am. I still feel like I'm pretty new at writing fiction. There are people who have been doing it for a long time. However, I am pretty good at writing the type of fiction that sells, which means I know how to look for big markets that are hungry for a certain kind of writing, and I know how to write books that are as good as or better than a lot of the other books in those categories. So my books tend to perform well. I don't perform as well as I have friends who write books and they're selling way more books than I am. And I hope that I can become better as a writer to get to that point. I don't feel like I'm there yet, but I'm very excited about the process of getting good enough at my craft and fast enough at launching new books and marketing that it gets easier and easier to write books that earn quite a bit of money. My goal for every book is about $10,000. That's how much I think. That's the average. That's a decent size advance for traditional publishing. So most authors who get a publishing deal will probably get 5 or 10,000, and most authors don't earn out that advance. So they'll get 5 or 10,000 to publish the book, and then they'll never see any other money from that book. So my goal for launching new fiction is generally to earn about 10,000, which is about how much I make from most of my books. I don't make it right away, but over the course of the first year of a book, I'll usually make about $10,000 per book, and that should continue to increase. And when I have 20 or 30 books out, then I should be able to make quite a significant amount of money writing fiction. And even if I don't, I'm very happy consistently making a couple $1,000s on Kindle sales with my books. That's enough to live on. That's enough for me to write full time and to work on my own creative projects. So I'm really excited to be almost at that point already. But definitely, it's exciting to see, to think, I'm doing pretty well. A couple thousand a month is super. But if I write better books, if I launch better, if I have better cover design, could I sell 20,000 in books a month. That's something I see my friends doing. That's something I'd really like to get to. So that's exciting that I can reach toward those goals by just improving my platform, improving my covers and my writing and everything else. This video got kind of long, so those are the things that I'm working about, that I'm excited about. I hope that the content that I put out while I strive to achieve my goals, I hope the content that I make, because I'll be talking about case studies and what I've learned, and I'll be making a lot of videos and blog posts. So I hope the content's really useful for you if you also want to be a full-time writer, or if you're interested in just starting an online freelance business so that you can travel full-time. That's something I'm going to start talking about more too. I don't generally talk too much about business because that's another thing that I feel like I'm not an expert at. On the other hand, I've been doing this for 10 years and I'm just to the point where things are getting pretty easy. So now that I've built a platform, now that I know how to do this, building an online course, launching it, marketing, now that I know how to do this stuff, it's going to be a lot easier to significantly boost my income with very little work, which is kind of an exciting place to be. With cover design or with client work, I could never really scale the way that I wanted to. You can't just double or triple the amount of clients that you help every month. But with online courses, with books, you can definitely do that. You can triple your income just by getting some more visibility or with some smart marketing. So those are the things that I'm going to be working on. Through the end of this year, I'm mostly just building up my offers. I'm building my content so I have more things to sell to my audience. But starting next year, I'm going to have a lot more stuff, and I can really just focusing on the few things that really have a big impact on my business, on my book sales, and seeing kind of how far I can take it. So this year I'm kind of just trying to fix my platform so that things are functional, things are working. But I think that by next year, I'm going to start seeing my income go to a place that I never really thought was possible. So that's really exciting for me, and I hope that you're working on goals that are exciting for you also. So thanks a lot. Keep in touch. Let me know what you're working on. Let me know. I love to hear feedback on the videos or on my Facebook or on my blogs. You can just leave a comment or send me an email and tell me what you're working on, or any questions that you have, something that I can help you with, and I'll try to make some unique content just for you. Thanks. Bye-bye.